Alfredo Saltimbocca with our fresh made pasta. Let's walk through this one, y'all. We're gonna start with some chicken cutlets here. Now, normally this is done with veal or even pork cutlets, pounded real thin. And I gotta say, Saltimbocca is one of my favorite things ever. I'm not the biggest fan of Italian food. It just doesn't really speak to me, you know? I just kind of find it overrated. I'm sure you guys are gonna have fun with that comment. But I do love pizza. Pizza is the greatest food ever. Anyway, about 15 years ago, went into a little tiny Italian restaurant. I think it was called Godfather's, actually. So anyways, a little tiny Italian restaurant and had Saltimbocca. Changed my life. I loved it. If I see Saltimbocca on a menu, I'm ordering it. Like, it's so fantastic. Anyways, today we're using chicken because I genuinely love chicken. It's amazing. And fried chicken, who doesn't love that? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pound that chicken. We're gonna cut those breasts in half, and then we're gonna pound them thin. I like to use a 1-gallon Ziploc bag to avoid making a big mess. I use my my homemade meat mallet there. It's called the Whitelaw Whacker 3000. And then we're gonna pound those cutlets thin. We're gonna do a little egg wash. Well, no, first we're gonna season them. I'm using the Lane's Barbecue Garlic 2. It's a very garlicky seasoning because, I mean, come on, it's Italian food. You need tons of garlic. Seasoned, and then we're gonna do the egg wash and seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. Those are really good ones there. And then we're gonna shallow fry these. I do all my frying outside because I'm not an animal. I don't wanna make a huge mess in the house. Just a little burner stove here. Got my Finex cast iron there, which is perfect for frying. Doing that shallow fry until they're cooked to about 155, 160 internal. Little truffle salt on the outside there for some je ne sais quoi. And then we're gonna be making our Alfredo sauce here. A lot of times Saltimbocca is done with like a pan sauce and some noodles on the side, but we're gonna do a little Alfredo, and I'll have the full list of ingredients for my Alfredo on the bottom there. Now, to finish off the Saltimbocca, we are doing the traditional prosciutto, and then I like to use Swiss cheese on it just to give it a little balance of flavor there. Finishing off the Alfredo here, like I said, ingredients will be in the bottom, and then we are going to drop in our fresh made pasta. This stuff cooks fast. Really get your water moving. Make sure you have enough water. It's heavily salted. And this stuff cooks in like a minute and a half. It's super fast. It's not like dried pasta at all. So just be prepared for that, ready to drop it in at the last minute. Don't forget to season up that Alfredo sauce. And then we are going to do our little pasta dunk here. This is the best part here. Now, if your pasta is a little loose, just remember that your pasta water will help thicken it up, all the starch and everything in there. So when you're dragging that pasta over, drag a little water with it, and it'll really thicken that sauce up for you. We're gonna get to plating here. I always like to use a big fork, but if you want to use tongs, you can really get that nice twirl to lay it on the plate nicely. That is the old pro pasta plating move there. Anyways, we're gonna get this Alfredo, fettuccine Alfredo plated up here. I mean, I like 3 pasta dishes, and this is one of them, so it's a win-win. Gonna get our chicken on there with it. Now remember, each one of these slices is like half of a chicken breast, and they're just pounded out super thin, so you get a lot of bang for your buck there. Get our finishes on there, and we're gonna get a little bite of this guy. Absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend y'all give it a try. Cheers, y'all.